Hey guys, tonight we begin with the elegant, disciplined, and often brutally unforgiving world of feudal Japan. A place of samurai honor, strict codes, and very sharp consequences. It's the land of cherry blossoms, beautiful poetry, and a daily routine that would absolutely break most of us by lunchtime. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. In feudal Japan, you don't wake up and choose your path. You wake up and it's already been chosen. By birth, by blood, and by people who've been dead for 6 generations. Your role in society isn't a suggestion. It's a life sentence. Were you born into a samurai family? Lucky you. You're now responsible for the blade, the bow, and 10,000 ways to sit properly in front of your lord. Born a peasant? Congratulations. You'll be spending the next 40 years ankle-deep in mud, and your children will too. Forever. There is no resume. There is no start your own business. You're either a samurai, peasant, artisan, or merchant, and once you're placed, you stay there. Trying to jump ranks isn't just frowned upon, it's punishable. You don't climb the ladder in feudal Japan. You bow to it. And we haven't even gotten to the ETA, the untouchables. These are the people who deal with death. Butchers, executioners, leather workers. Society needs them, but pretends they don't exist. They're like ghosts with jobs. Important jobs. But ghosts. Even within classes it gets worse. Let's say you're a merchant, which sounds decent, right? You've got coin. But in feudal Japan, you're near the bottom. Why? Because you make money without labour, which is considered morally shady. Yes, you're literally too efficient to be respected. Meanwhile, the peasants are taxed so hard on their rice that if they cough up too much, they starve. If they hide some to survive, that's treason. Heads roll, often. Samurai, you've got honour, but you're living in constant fear of disrespecting your lord, your ancestors, your tailor, or your sword by accidentally sneezing at the wrong time. Women? You didn't even ask. But no, you're not getting out of this either. Whatever your class is, your freedom ends where your father's opinion begins. You'll marry who you're told, obey whom you must, and thank the heavens if you're allowed to learn poetry. So yes, you're born, assigned a costume and a script, and shoved onto the stage of society whether you want to perform or not. It's elegant, poetic, and crushingly inescapable. And that's all before you've had breakfast. You might think feudal life was all grit and grime. But Japan took cleanliness seriously. Painfully seriously. In fact, it was practically a religion. Which sounds lovely, until you experience it in winter. You begin your day by washing. Not in a cosy tiled bathroom with a warm towel and cucumber soap, but at a stone basin filled with ice-cold water fetched from a well or stream. There's no heating. There's no negotiating. You splash your face and arms, shivering as if the ancestors are punishing you for having pores. Soap? Only if you're rich. And even then, it's made from ash or rice bran and smells like something a monk invented as a test of character. In rural areas, the local bathhouse, if you're lucky enough to have one, becomes the heart of hygiene. The communal cento is heated by firewood and filled with villagers. And by communal, we mean absolutely no privacy whatsoever. You bathe next to your neighbours, boss, future in-laws, and maybe your landlord, completely naked, in silence, pretending this isn't awkward. You scrub first, then soak. Cleanliness is sacred. Dirtying the bathwater, social suicide. But if you're not near a bathhouse, then you wash what you can, when you can. You clean your teeth with salt or a twig. Your nails are kept neat. Your clothes are regularly aired. You do this not because it's trendy, but because being unclean is seen as shameful, spiritually and socially. And if you're a samurai, multiply the pressure. Your lord might inspect you, head to toe, at any time. Dirty fingernails? Dishonour? Wrinkled robe? Disrespect? Too much body odour during a bow? You might not get back up again. Women? Expected to smell like cherry blossoms and discipline. Bathing is ritualised, skin care is practised with military precision, and hair is maintained in elaborate styles that take hours. Also, you can work a rice mortar and still look dignified doing it. So yes, feudal Japan was clean. Very clean. But it came at a price. Freezing water, endless grooming, and the constant, soul-shrinking awareness that someone was definitely judging your foot hygiene. Let's say you're born into the warrior class, the samurai. Sounds cool, right? Fancy swords, silk robes, poetic sword fights under cherry blossoms. Now let's talk about the fine print. Being a samurai in feudal Japan isn't about swinging a katana and shouting for honor. It's about never ever screwing up. The entire framework of your life is governed by Bushido, the way of the warrior. A code of conduct so strict, even your ancestors are nervous. You don't live for yourself. You live for your daimyo, your lord. His word is law. His moods are weather patterns. And your job is to serve him with such loyalty that you'd rather die horribly than disappoint him mildly. No pressure. Disobedience? Dishonour? Failure? Dishonour? Raising your voice inappropriately? Dishonour? Looking at the wrong person sideways during a tea ceremony? You guessed it. Dishonour. And dishonour isn't something you walk off. It's something you're expected to atone for, usually with your own intestines. That's not a metaphor. That's seppuku, the ritual suicide expected of disgraced samurai. You kneel, pull out a short blade, and let's stop there. You get the idea. This wasn't rare. It was a respected, even celebrated way to preserve dignity. Mess up badly enough, and your lord might give you a short blade and a quiet room and say, you know what to do. On top of that, samurai were expected to train constantly. Swordsmanship, archery, horseback riding, strategy, calligraphy, poetry, all while maintaining perfect posture and the expression of a man who's never known joy, just a deep sense of obligation. Laughing too loud, unrefined, showing fear, weakness, getting emotional, shameful. Your clothes are precise, your sword must be spotless, and your conduct must be so honourable it makes other people uncomfortable. And if you ever raise your sword in anger without cause, insult a superior, or lose a duel, you don't just lose, you lose everything. Being a samurai isn't about glory, it's about discipline, silence, and surviving each day without blinking wrong. So yes, you look good in armour, but you're one eyebrow twitch away from existential catastrophe. So you weren't born a samurai. No sword, no poetry, no chance of dramatic ritual disembowelment. That's the good news. The bad news? You're a peasant, which means your entire existence is a combination of dirt, sweat, back pain, and government-mandated rice delivery. You wake up with the sun, not because you're one with nature, but because the land tax doesn't pay itself. And also, your thatched hut has no doors, no windows, and someone's goat just walked across your bed mat. Breakfast? If you're lucky, a bowl of rice porridge and a side of last week's pickled something. If you're unlucky, it's pretend you're not hungry, with a splash of river water. Then it's off to the rice fields, which sound peaceful in travel documentaries, but are in reality mud pits designed to break your soul slowly over 12 hours. You plant, you weed, you hope a bandit raid doesn't happen today, and when the sun goes down, you limp home, only to discover that one of your oxen is missing, and the village headman would like to speak with you about your grain shortfall. Taxes are relentless. You don't get paid in coins. You pay them with rice. Your family eats what's left, which isn't much, especially if the harvest was bad, or if your lord's nephew accidentally rode a horse through your plot during a military drill. Want to complain? That's adorable. You can't. Talking back gets you whipped, exiled or promoted to corpse. If you're really lucky, you might become a village elder, which means people still don't listen to you but now ask for your advice.